NHL. We just got lectured by Coach Cal about the importance of talking out on the court, being vocal.
For sure.
Is that something that comes natural for you? And how do you view that, the talking part, as a success of the team?
I know you need a lot of communication. Like you said, Kyle told you that communication's big. I know that it's big on defense. So in high school, my coach, he was real big on communication. So my teammates said we need communication in order to be a good defensive team. So I just look to bring that same energy and communication into here.
He was also asked about his nickname, Swaggy Cal. He claimed he had never heard that before. We don't believe him. Have you heard that term?
I've personally never heard that, but I can see that. I can see that fitting into how he dresses and stuff like that. He has a pretty good shoe game and pretty good style.
Talk about your high school coach. He was so confident you were going to come here and do well. That nothing surprised with him. A lot of other people seem surprised by what you've done.
Yeah.
Why do you think other people are surprised with how well you've done?
I would probably just say I wasn't like highly ranked coming in here, so maybe that's probably why they're surprised. But I know the work that I put in, and I know all the time I spend in the gym, so it's not a big surprise to me. Me and my family know the work and the time I spend in the gym. So
why do you think you weren't more highly ranked? I mean, I know Coach Peck told me every time I talked to him, you ought to be right up there at the very top.
Yeah.
And I watched what you did. So why do you think you weren't more highly ranked, or does it even matter?
it doesn't really matter to me. I'm really not sure why I wasn't, but I mean, I really can't control that right now. I mean, I'm at one of the greatest colleges in college history, so I'm just glad and blessed to be here, and I really can't do anything about the rankings anymore.
So when Orlando said they had to get you in shape and get the baby fat off you, is that coach just embellishing, or is that fairly true?
It's fairly true. I know I need to transform my body some more. That was one of the bigger things I wanted to do coming into here. Just getting that pro style body. I know that's going to be big for me getting to the next level. So I just look to do that and get in more shape.
How did you learn to finish through contact so much? You almost seem like you enjoy it if a guy bumps you, but you're saying, come on, hit me again.
I would just say it's just my physicality growing up. I was always like a driver. That's one thing that Coach Kyle likes about me is my physicality. So I don't know where it came from. I just was always like driving in contact.
Cal said that Kellen kind of took him a little bit to get adjusted to the pace of playing against these types of college players. Was there any big adjustment for you kind of stepping in to your first few practices?
I would say the biggest thing for me is probably the speed. In high school, we weren't like sprinting every possession, but Coach Kyle, that's one thing here, is you got to sprint every possession, defense, offense, all that, big breaks. So that's probably the biggest thing is speed.
Yeah, and he said that speed, you have to run faster than you think you can run.
For sure.
So just how do you all receive that? Obviously you can only run so fast, but.
For sure. I mean, you just got to push yourself. Like one thing he says is when you're tired, you have 40% left in your tank. So just push yourself outside the box and just keep going.
Now, how's the injury? I know you had
it was my back.
Your back? How's that feeling right now?
It's feeling pretty good. I've been in practice. I've been back in practice, like full contact for, I think, the past 3 or 4 practices. It's been feeling pretty good. And I'm just still getting treatment on it, and everything's been going in the right way.
Now, they talked to your role and kind of which position you might be able to play. I feel like you could play, 2 all the way down to 5, even if you need to. Is there any particular position you want to play, or compared to maybe where Kyle's putting you right now?
Kyle, he has me like the 3 and the 4 positions right now. Switching like Keon, Damian, and Kellen sometimes. But I'm not really worried about where he puts me. The way he runs his offense is positionless, so it's just a lot of movement on the perimeter. So I'm fine with wherever he puts me.
Bryce, a guy that played at Kentucky a couple years ago, P.J. Washington. I see similarities in his game and your game. Do you think that's accurate, or who would you?
Oh, I do see a little P.J. Washington in my game, just his versatility and the size he had. One thing about me is I'm like 6'7", 6'8", but I have guard skills. So when I'm on the perimeter, I can take a bigger guy off the dribble, or if I have a smaller defender on me, I can go down to the paint and get a bucket down there. So I just say my versatility is where I can see some P.J. Washington in my game.
Bryce, who was your back, correct?
Yes.
You injured?